Okay, so today we're going to jump headfirst into LLCs.
LLCs.
Yeah, and specifically we're going to be focusing on why Arizona is becoming like a haven for people choosing to form LLCs.
Right.
We got some really great resources for you today, and we're even going to be talking about a website that offers free LLC formation services
Oh, wow.
in Arizona.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, so I think it's really interesting because LLCs, there's a lot of confusion about them.
Right.
A lot of people think, oh, I just got to file this paperwork and then I'm good to go.
Mm-hmm.
But really understanding the nuances can make a big difference
Absolutely.
when you're starting a business and you're trying to, be successful.
Definitely.
So let's just start with the basics. What is an LLC?
So an LLC stands for a limited liability company,
Okay.
and it really offers a blend of legal protection and flexibility
Okay.
when you're operating your business. You can kind of think of it as a hybrid between a sole proprietorship and a corporation, where you get the limited liability feature of a corporation, but then you also get some of the tax benefits and simplification that you would see with the sole proprietorship.
So it's kind of like having your cake and eating it too.
In a way, yes.
You get the protection,
Right.
but you don't have to deal with all the corporate,
Bureaucracy.
exactly,
Yeah.
the red tape and all of that.
Exactly.
Yeah. So you mentioned taxes.
Yes.
So what's so special about the tax structure of an LLC?
Well, one of the great things is you get flexibility. So you can choose to be taxed as a sole proprietorship partnership or even an S corp, depending on what your business needs and goals are.
Wow. So you have options.
You have options.
You can kind of pick and choose what works best
Exactly.
for your situation.
Exactly.
That's amazing.
And this can be a big benefit in a state like Arizona because they have certain tax breaks for LLCs.
Okay, yeah, so let's talk about Arizona. Why is Arizona such a hot spot for LLCs?
So Arizona has been really working hard to kind of build itself up as a business-friendly state.
Okay.
So on top of potentially having a lower tax rate, they also have a lot of different initiatives and incentives designed to support small businesses and startups.
So they're really trying to attract new businesses.
Exactly.
And making it easier for them to,
Succeed.
concede and get started.
Right.
Yeah, that makes sense.
For example, the Arizona Commerce Authority offers a variety of programs and resources specifically for LLCs
Wow.
that can really help them out.
So are there any specific requirements in Arizona when it comes to forming an LLC?
Yeah, so Arizona, like many other states, has its own set of regulations and requirements for forming an LLC.
Okay.
One thing that's unique to Arizona is that they require you to publish a notice in the local newspaper
Oh, really?
of your LLC formation.
Interesting.
Yeah, so it's basically just like a small little blurb that lets people know that your business exists.
So it's like a public announcement.
Yeah, exactly.
I never heard of that before.
It's not super common, but it is a requirement in Arizona.
Interesting.
So it's just something to be aware of.
Okay, well, that leads us to, something really cool that I'm excited to talk about, which is this website that's offering free LLC formation services
Yes.
in Arizona. So can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yeah, so this is a pretty awesome development in the world of LLCs. There are websites like www.incauthority.com
Okay.
that actually simplify the whole process of creating an LLC.
Okay.
So they guide you through all the paperwork and filings.
Wow.
And they do it for free.
That's amazing.
Yeah, so this is a huge help for a lot of aspiring business owners.
Yeah, I bet, because, even just hiring a lawyer to do that stuff can cost thousands of dollars.
Oh, absolutely.
So to have a service that does it for free is
Yeah.
a really great resource.
It's a game changer.
Yeah, for sure. So what's the catch?
So it's always smart to read the fine print and just understand what's included.
Okay.
So some free services might only offer the basic formation and then charge for any additional features
Okay.
or ongoing support.
So they might get you with the, upsells.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
But even with those potential limitations, the value of these services is huge.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
It can save you a lot of time and money.
Definitely. So, we've been talking about LLCs, but I know some people listening might be wondering, is an LLC even right for me?
Right.
What about a sole proprietorship?
That's a great question, and it's one that comes up all the time.
Right.
So a sole proprietorship is definitely simpler to set up,
Okay.
but you don't get that liability protection
Okay.
that an LLC provides.
Okay.
So if your business is really low risk and you're comfortable with being personally liable
Okay.
for any debts or lawsuits, then a sole proprietorship might work for you.
Okay.
But if you want that legal shield
Okay.
that an LLC offers
To protect your personal
to
assets,
protect your assets,
then you're going to want to go with an LLC.
exactly.
Okay, that makes sense. So what if I'm starting an LLC in Arizona,
Right.
but I want to expand to other states?
Right.
Does that get complicated?
So that's when foreign qualification comes in.
Foreign qualification.
Yeah, basically it just means registering your LLC
Okay.
in each additional state where you want to do business.
Okay.
And that process can vary from state to state.
Okay.
Some states require you to have a registered agent in that state.
Okay.
Some states have different fees and filings.
So a whole other can of worms.
It can be, yeah.
Yeah.
It's just important to research each state's specific requirements.
So if you're thinking big,
Right.
if you want your business to go nationwide,
Yeah,
you really have to plan for that from the start.
exactly.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So even with these free LLC services,
Right.
you still have to do all the ongoing stuff,
Yes.
like the annual reports,
Yes.
the taxes,
Yeah.
all that fun
Why
stuff.
not just set it and forget it?
Right, exactly. It's not a one-time thing.
It's an ongoing process.
You have to stay on top of it.
Stay organized and informed.
Yeah, so to kind of wrap things up,
Mm-hmm.
what are the key takeaways that our listeners should remember about LLCs?
So first, forming an LLC is a smart move for entrepreneurs who want that asset protection,
Okay.
the credibility and the potential tax advantages.
Right.
Second, Arizona's business-friendly environment and the fact that they have these free LLC services
Yes.
make it a great place to launch a new venture.
Awesome. And lastly, it's just important to think about your long-term goals
Right.
and understand the responsibilities of maintaining an LLC,
Yeah,
whether you go it alone or use one of these services.
absolutely.
So here's something for you all to think about. If these free services are changing the way that we form LLCs,
Right.
what other parts of the business world could be next?
That's a great question.
Yeah, it is something to think about.
It is.
Cool. Well, thanks for joining me today on this deep dive into LLCs.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
This was fun.
It was.
I learned a lot.
Me too.
All right, everybody, until next time, happy entrepreneuring.
Yeah, take care.